Yeah, in this video, this is the buried truth, private utility locating. Some of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, we're going to be showing on this video. There are dowsing rods, which you see me marking right now, putting pink paint down. We're trying to locate somebody's irrigation in the rear of the property. Some of the things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis when you come across on locating. There's multiple ways that you can do these. You can GPR, which is ground penetration radar. The equipment we use is from Impulse. That's what you see, that's green lawnmower looking thing over there. Right now, I'm sitting on top of the main line. What I'm looking for is the laterals, which is another pipe that connects to the main line that feeds the irrigation heads, in which those are a little difficult to try to locate. They're usually a foot in the ground, sometimes a lot shallower. And when you're trying to GPR, if you're starting to see things that's a foot to 2 feet, it's called the fault line. In this case, you won't see it because there's roots and other things and different obstructions in the way. So what I'm doing right now is trying to find every piece of lateral, anything that's crossing and connecting back to the main line, which I'm showing now. So the arrow that I got connecting to that one is the lateral connecting to the main, which obviously you see the main line running. So that's on that one. On this one right here, I'm using my Vivax. I'm showing another guy what we're locating. We are locating a camera line that runs to a street light. They're both in a joint trench. So what I'm trying to do is locate this main line. As you see on my machine, you see the red peaking up. That's allowing me to know that I'm following my signal. As I'm sweeping, going left to right, I'm also staying in line with what's being put down on the ground. That way I can ensure a more accurate locate. Right now, what I'm doing is bumping down that gain, which is turning down the volume. When I say gain, is volume. So I'm turning that down. If you have it too high, you can cause yourself to bleed off, especially if there's other utilities that's in that area. Especially with these Vivaxes, they like to grab power a lot. But also if there's other things around it, which in this case, the street light, there is communication lines that run to the street light that occupy the camera system that's on it and the emergency line that you see sitting right there. So this is what we're locating. It comes straight out. Probably what I'm going to be doing right now is called sweeping. So I'm sweeping across. A lot of these lights were connected. In this industry, we call it daisy chain. So at this moment, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm connecting everything, make sure everything's lining up, and we ensured that perfectly. Here at this apartment right now, what I'm doing is walking through, trying to show the guys where the water and sewer is. That's where we locate everything, the private water and sewer. Right now, I'm showing them where it's coming in at, how it's teeing off to the buildings. Right now, what the guys are doing is trying to hunt down this 4-inch PVC line that runs to this building for the sewer. So the guys are trying to GPR that area and trying to figure out, where it could be connecting in. Just giving them some training. We have a camera system that we can run and locate as well. In this process. So what we're doing is trying to make sure that we're covering all of our bases, making sure everything's accounted for, make sure we're not missing anything in this field. You can skip over things and miss things so many times. And it can be detrimental to what you do on your job and your day-to-day stuff. So you want to make sure that you are locating things properly, make sure you're attentive, make sure you're not missing anything, and all that good stuff. So that's always the best. So right now they're just trying to roll it and make sure that they are lining up. They're doing a pretty good job. They're definitely staying on task and make sure we got what we needed. So that's always the best thing. Um, in this section right here, unfortunately, you can't really see because the what I'm tapping right now. I'm trying to get that off the screen, but it was just letting us know that the camera head was dying. So one of our techs didn't charge it up properly. Um, so we're just showing what the camera kind of looks like, what you would see inside of a sewer manhole. There's a lot of roaches. So, but the guys are in the process of trying to run the sewer from the road, from the manhole back to the building. And then we can hook our Vivax up to this box, which is a Vivax camera as well. But we can hook it up and locate the line that's going inside of that pipe. We can locate it like a fiber optic line. So it's very good, very handy. You need these things on these jobs like this because, like I said, every job has private utilities out there somewhere. And the private things are not as easy as other things. Usually when you're doing public locating, you have access points, you got prints on this stuff. A lot of the times the people don't even have these prints. So you're shooting in the dark hoping that you can find it. This once again is the GPR, like I was talking about. Right now, I'm trying to show the guys how to find a line, a private power line that goes to street lights. I'm scrolling down, I'm getting good hits on it. If I'm not mistaken, it was about 2.5 feet deep in the ground, in which the guys that were doing the drilling, they're going to be all over top of that. So we're just making sure that we're covering our bases, showing the guy, what you need to look for, trying to give him a keen sense on them. We call these hyperbolas. So what you're looking for is you'll see a bunch of squiggly lines and you'll see a real bold line, or you'll see a faded line. In that case, you would try to figure out what is what and what's going on, and what you would need to try to make sure that you can get this job done as soon as possible. This guy right now is asking me, are we giving depths? And I just told him, absolutely not. We don't give depths whatsoever. This GPR, it shows you something there, but the depths could be wrong. If you tell a guy this is where it is, 3 foot, and they decide to go 3.5 feet and they hit it, guess what? They're going to hold you accountable. So we don't give out depths, but we make sure we're accurate. So that's the main thing. Um, so in this video, like I said, I know I talked through most of it. I kind of cut all the audio out, but I just wanted to make sure that you can see what we do on a day-to-day basis. Follow and subscribe to The Buried Truth Locating.